Hello, my name is Scott Langston, and I'm the founder and counsellor here at Expat Counselling Now. So this short video is something that's been the culmination of some sessions that I've had with clients and something that I see increasingly online as a result of the ongoing crisis in Ukraine as a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the war currently happening there. It's very difficult to stay objectively calm about what is happening. It's very difficult to avoid the news. It's very difficult to not be thinking about the suffering that is currently going on and the what-ifs and maybes. So what I would like to share here is a series of ideas, things to think about that might help you better manage anxiety or stress that you're feeling around the issue of the Ukraine war. There is nothing here that is particularly new or particularly insightful, but the culmination of advice that I've been giving clients and that I've received myself through social media and contact with other people. And I think this is an important thing to share with people outside of a counselling context. So first of all, something that you can do is to embrace your everyday life. You might be having anxious thoughts, and you can try to replace those with thoughts about your daily life, domestic choices you have to make, things that are happening in your home, in your workplace. Give them some mindful attention so that you're not constantly ruminating on thoughts that are unhelpful to you. Another thing you can do is prioritize seeing the people that are special to you. Spending time with your family, spending time with people that you care about, not spending time necessarily alone, and again, ruminating, thinking about things that are making you anxious. If at all possible, spend some time in nature. There's a ton of research about the efficacy of spending time in nature and its impact on our well-being and our ability to be calm and to be thoughtful and to be present. So any opportunity you get to walk outside, to be around trees and grass or natural settings is going to be helpful for your general well-being and peace of mind. Breathe. And by breathe, obviously, we're breathing all the time, every day. But I mean breathe mindfully. Breathe with awareness. It might be that over the course of the day, you choose several instances where you're simply going to stop, take in a deep breath, usually through the nose, hold it for a while, and then slowly release that breath, and you can do that 2 or 3 times. This induces relaxation in your body. It's a physical reaction to that breathing process. It helps you to relax, to maintain your sense of calm and to be present. Another thing to do is not to rationalize what you're worried about. You can try to intellectualize the ideas and follow the train of thoughts about what if and what can I do, and it's fine that you're worried. It's fine that you're anxious. There are things to be worried and anxious about. So don't try to rationalize them away. Don't try to diminish what you're feeling. What you're feeling is real. Obviously, how you fuel your system is important now as ever. So paying attention to your diet and to making sure that you're drinking plenty of water, making sure that you're eating healthily, making sure that you are not using food as a way to cope with anxiety or stress. So be aware of any potential you have to be craving sweet things or to be snacking or to be eating in a way that is not healthy for you. And by the same token, your sleep pattern is also very important. If you can maintain your normal sleeping pattern, if you can make sure that you're getting your 8 hours and you're trying to go to bed at a regular time, again, avoiding screens in the half hour or so before you go to bed, that last minute checking of an email before you turn out the light will actually make it that much more difficult for you to get to sleep and get a good night's sleep. So it's a really good thing to do, to put devices away at least half an hour before you go to bed, and not be tempted to check them before you do. Obviously, in a 24-hour news world, there can be a TV on with constant updates about what's happening. We have different people offering their opinions. We have different people commenting on those opinions and commenting on those opinions. And there is a never-ending stream of information available through the television, through the internet, through social media. It's definitely a good idea to limit your exposure to all of that, and to be aware, if you have children in the house, what they're exposed to as well. None of us need 24-hour updates on the situation in Ukraine. That is not to diminish what's happening. Yes, people are living it 24 hours a day. You don't have to choose to be aware of it 24 hours a day. If you feel helpless, then look at what you can do to help. Maybe you can donate. Maybe you can host a refugee. Maybe you can find other ways in which you can do something within your power to help the situation, to help people in Ukraine. And if you can, then great. If you can't, then constantly worrying about it, constantly looking to see what's happening, constantly checking other people's opinions is not going to help you relax. It's not going to help you gain a sense of perspective. You need to be aware also, when using social media, about clickbait and about the way that social media works against us, in that the algorithms it uses show us more and more of the same things. So, for example, looking at Twitter, the other day I saw a headline that said, "This could go nuclear, here's why." Now, I didn't click on it. I was aware of a rising anxiety. I took a moment to step back, to breathe, and to move on. Now, whatever that person was writing in that article, and it might have been very intelligent, insightful stuff, the title was designed to make me anxious and worried, and for me to click on it and read more. That is unhelpful. So choose the times when you're going to access the news. Maybe give yourself a limit. Okay, I'm going to look at Facebook for 20 minutes, I'm going to scroll through Twitter for a quarter of an hour, I'm going to watch the news at 9 o'clock for half an hour, then it's being turned off. You can control your exposure to news, and that's probably one of the most important things you can do at this time. So, in summary, yes, there is a war happening, and yes, it is scary, and it's especially scary because it involves Russia and potentially NATO, and we can all see potential for it getting very, very out of hand. However, there is a nexus of control that you have in your life, and for your own well-being, it is far better that you apply your awareness to the things that you are able to control. And though you might want to be aware of what's happening in the world, and you might need a regular input, it's not necessary that you expend anxiety and worry and fear on things that are out of your control. If you look down here at the description of the video, you'll see some links to agencies which are working on the ground with Ukrainian refugees, and if you feel moved to donate to those, then that is something that is within your control. I wish you